out there? How's everybody doing? Is everybody very conservative in New York? Christopher Wright. Here to present you with one of my infamous walk and talk videos. And we're not really doing a walk and talk today. We're outside today. A little more serious subject, so I wanted to kind of sit down and make sure my words are clear. It's a little windy today, so I didn't want to be walking around with the wind blowing. But today's topic is going to be on the infamous The Squad. You guys know The Squad. And The Squad consists of 4 congresswomen on the left, very young, ignorant, loudmouth congresswomen. We got Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I call her, the New York City district. We got Ilhan Omar as another one. We all know about her, the terrorist in Congress. We got Ayanna Pressley, which is I'm getting more and more familiar with her. And she's over in Massachusetts. And we got Rashida Tlaib, the infamous Rashida Tlaib in Michigan. And for this video, I got a very guest speaker with me today to kind of assist me along with the topic. And you guys might know who he's familiar with. His name is Derek Gibson. Hey, Derek.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. So I got Derek with me today, and we're going to speak on this subject. And what I want to start off with is the the Ilhan Omar situation going on with her. And, we're starting with her. She's coming out, upset about the whole situation going on with Trump, President Trump, and him, pretty much telling her to go home if you don't like it here. And when I saw the tweet and saw what Trump said, and he's verbally said what he said afterwards as well, I don't think it's racism at all. She wants to call it racism, but it's not racism. He's saying if you don't like it here in this country, then go back home and govern there, fix things there, and then you don't have to worry about staying in America if you don't like it here so much. Hold on one second, we got a train in the background. You gotta love it. But
that's the Trump train.
The Trump train right there.
Trump train, don't worry about it.
Trump train right there, no need to worry about it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so, he said that, and I didn't really think it was racism. And Dr. Ben Carson came out, matter of fact. And I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Dr. Ben Carson came out and defended President Trump after the tweet came out and everything like that. He said he knew President Trump for years, way before they ran for president against each other. And he said the first time he met him was in Mar-a-Lago. And he said when he met President Trump in Mar-a-Lago, when he was introduced to him for the first time ever, one of his assistants was next to Trump, and he told Trump, hey, President Trump, I know you better talk to Dr. Ben Carson, but Rod Stewart's here. And first thing Trump said, Ben Carson said, was, okay, and I'm here with Dr. Ben Carson, big deal. So he's pretty much telling you, he's putting America first. He's putting Americans first. He's not a person that's like, oh, you're Hollywood or you're an actor or you're a musician. Oh, okay, you got all my attention. It's like, no, this is Dr. Ben Carson, the first neurosurgeon to separate Siamese twins for the brain. That has more attention and respect for me right now than anybody else. So I told you, right, he told him right there, it's like, this man's not a racist man. He brought up the fact that he did so much for the black community when it comes to Jesse Jackson, when it comes to Al Sharpton coming to give him all his awards before he ran for president for, black employment in the community and all the things he's done for the black community. So that's, again, more false news, more fake news. And it's also, if you also look at, what's her name, Ayanna Pressley. This one I'm getting a little more familiar with her. You know anything about Ayanna Pressley, Derek?
I don't know nothing about it. It's the first time I heard of her. When this went on, I didn't know anything about it. Just Ilhan Omar and then Rashid. I know about those two, and of course AOC. She's in our district, but as far as I feel, not think that his tweet was racist. His tweet was not racist. I have nothing racist about his tweet, but a hit dog will holler. So you see what happened. He didn't call or mention any names, but they came out and gave a news conference, so they told on their own self because they have a guilty conscience. But that's what happened when you are guilty. But they trying anything they can do to pin Trump to racism, which is going to be very hard to do because the man is not a racist. So they got a job ahead of them, trying to convince, especially people like me, that he's a racist. Black people we don't think he's a racist. But I can tell you this: how they got elected to Congress. They got elected to Congress because in order to get elected to a public office these days, you got to be a lying, two-faced, double-dealing, low-life, with no morals, no character. And those are basically the qualifications to get elected to the government now. So we got to get ourselves elected, get some people now with some decency and that stand on principles. But they are the jihad for people. In my opinion, refugees shouldn't be able to serve in our Congress and in even the districts if a refugee comes, because they don't have the best interest of the country in mind. They want to turn this country into the place they come from, and they couldn't even live in the country that they live in. So President Trump told them, right, if you don't like the USA, go back. And there's something else I don't like is they always using color. Black people, then people of color. It's just ridiculous. The race card expired. Somebody should have told them that.
And see, I'm glad Derek brought that up, because that's where I was going with this whole thing with Ayanna Presley. She came out. I saw her do she was at some kind of conference, and she was speaking in front of an audience, and she brought the fact, she pretty much said, and I don't know the exact words here, so don't quote me here, but this is the main top point she was making. She was saying, look, if you are black, if you're a brown, if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jewish person, and you come to the table to speak, you better speak as a black person or a brown person or a Jewish person or a Muslim person, or don't come at all. So in other words, she's saying pretty much, you better come talking like a Democrat if you're a minority, because if you're a minority, you better be a Democrat.
Exactly.
And if you're not talking like a Democrat, don't come to the table at all. And this is the same Ayanna Presley, who supposedly said something along the lines when she did the conference, she talked about ICE, and she said something just like, oh, just burn them down, just burn the building down, something crazy like that. And the next day, Antifa firebombed a building the next day in Washington State. And once they firebombed the building, that's when we saw that. I don't know if you guys saw the video or not yet. I might post it on the description section, you can see it. But they have all four ladies, the squad, walking through Congress, and the guy's trying to do an interview. Hold on one second. And the guy's trying to do an interview with them, and he's walking them down. He said, hey, do you guys condone terrorism? Are you guys against terrorism? And they just kept walking silent, looking straight ahead like it didn't exist. So it's just like Barack Hussein Obama, when he wouldn't say the words radical Islam, when the Boston bombing was going on and all these crazy things were going on during his presidency with this radical Islam, he would not say the words radical Islam. Now you're seeing the leftists won't even say terrorism now. So you see how it starts? It starts with one president just not saying radical Islam. Now we got everybody on the left not wanting to say terrorism. Talk about, do you condone terrorism? They won't even say no. And that's where we're getting at right now. And these are the four ladies taking over Congress. And you know what it is? I give Trump credit because he's playing 4D chess right now. Because the left thought they can be all cool and hip, most let these young people into Congress. So they got these four young, crazy ladies, the squad, and they give them all the attention in the world. Oh, they're on Twitter, on social media, being all crazy. And then they go after Nancy Pelosi, calling her racist, a couple days ago? Less than a week ago, they were coming after Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, calling her racist, calling her crazy, all this stuff. And right when that happened, Trump could have let that play out and kind of let them just kind of go after each other, the leftist cannibalism that we all know that's going on. But what did Trump do? Just when Trump came out and he went after AOC and all four of them, Rashid Tlaib, or he went after all four of them because they knew they're going to react and overreact and be just say crazy things, act foolish, and go out there in the media and just make a fool of themselves, which they were doing.
Yeah.
And that's going to draw more attention to the crazy leftist socialism that's going on in the Democrat Party.
Exposing them.
And exposing
them, bringing it out. But on in our nation, our men and women have become too weak. They've been beat down so much for racism. They have become too weak to defend our nation. So if anybody says anything about the nation and they people so-called color, they too weak. They will have been broken. Our congressmen, our leaders, they will have been broken to stand up for our own country, which is the USA, which is sad. So much sin, God will take the wheel from you to defend your nation. Your nation will get taken over. So that's what I see happening in our Congress now. So we don't want to offend the Muslim woman. We don't want to offend the black person, whether they're right or wrong. We don't want to offend them. So it's going to cause our downfall if we don't step up and start fighting back against it like President Trump did. He need our help to fight back against it, well as Congress help. And some of the Republican Congress people, they was against it, talking about the tweet was racist. Scalamucci, he's a friend of mine, but he let me down. A big disappointment. There was nothing racist about the tweet. I don't know why. I guess, but Satan will fool the very elect in heaven, like God said. It's in the book. So man can be deceived. So that's really what's going on. That's why you have to put the full armor on. But we have got to stand up and let people know the race card is played out. It's over with. Stop using color and people of color as a shield so you can do whatever you want to do because people are afraid to criticize. I'm not afraid to criticize anybody, President Trump or nobody else, but I respect President Trump. But if he's wrong, I'm going to call him out. But that very tweet was not racist at all. Look at it. It's nothing racist in the tweet, but they took it there because they're trying to tear him down. They don't want him in office. They want to tear him down so they can enact their agenda. That's what's going on.
And there you have it, folks. I could have said it any better myself. And you saw what happens. You know, the new far leftist socialist, you know, group they have over there on the left, they came out and they tried to impeach the president. You see all the House, they tried to pass the impeachment, and it got turned down 332 to 95. And not all the Democrats even came to the table to try to even work with it because it was so silly. A lot of establishment Democrats were like, we have nothing to do with that, man. Don't put our name on that.
Exactly.
And you let AOC and all them young socialist Democrats have that one. And they ran with it and they got embarrassed. It got stumped by Trump once again. And then you saw, I don't know if you guys saw, but I'm gonna end on this whole situation here, is when President Trump had his rally, well, I believe it was in North Carolina that he had it in yesterday. And you saw when he brought the whole Ilhan, Omar, and all that like that, what the crowd started chanting. They started chanting. They said, "Go, send her back, send her back, send her back." So the people are letting them know, man. The people are tired of the media's fake news, the lies, and everything, man.
And I'm tired of people coming from other countries to America and down in America. They haven't did a damn thing, excuse my French, for America, but they coming out of a country and tell us how bad our country, even after we was graceful enough to let them come here and take care of them, and then they rise up and they bite you. So do not bring snakes into your country. They do not appreciate it.
Hey, remember, hey, you heard it, man. And you got people like Rashid Tlaib out here. Remember the first day when she got elected, what'd she say? Impeach that mother effer?
Yeah.
And in front of her, like, what, 9-10-year-old son? What a disgusting swamp creature she is. All of them are disgusting swamp creatures.
Exactly.
And they're going to get destroyed in this 2020 election. They're going to get that red wave is going to smack them upside those ignorant heads of theirs. And I can't wait to see every part of it. And remember who told you here first, when a landslide comes victory. I'm not saying it's a landslide not to go out there and vote. Go out there and vote and do what you got to do is get it done. But we're going to crush them in 2020. And you guys know that.
We're most definitely going to crush them. Y'all hang in now and stick with President Trump. President Trump is not a racist, but the Democrats want you to think that they done slaved us, black people that helped build this country on our back. They will take all the profit and give it to illegals, but they won't give it to the black man when his ancestors done built this country. So that's what Democrats do. They say, screw the black guy. We're going to give it to people with straight hair that's coming over the border from South America. So they representing South America is really who they represent, not representing us. Every time a race of people come here, it put the black man that much further behind. I'm just telling it like it is. It's true. It is the truth. That's what the Democrats do. So they are absolutely no good. I've never been a Democrat in my life. I've been a conservative all my life. I was raised as a conservative, thank God. But people like that shouldn't be able, again, to serve in our Congress, because they do not have our best interests. They bring people here. That's why they want illegals. Omar's father is a war criminal, and he's here illegally in the United States. So that's why they fight so hard to keep illegals here, because they know a lot of people will get deported because they are not here, right?
Oh, I forgot to mention, by the way. Oh, yeah, she and rumor has it she married her brother to get here.
Of course she did.
Oh, rumor has it.
No. She came here refugees. She came here as refugee status, but she married her brother so he can get status as U.S. Yeah, she was a kid. Yeah, she came here as a refugee.
Oh, yeah, bro. Thank you for that. We just had a brother here. He said a few words for us, but he was confirming that. And you guys can't see him, but he was saying,
she came here at 9 as a refugee, and then she married her. The saying is she married her brother so he can be legal. Take care, brother.
Thanks, brother.
God bless you.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, so he can get citizenship. And she got tax issues, all kind of issues, but Obama brought 70,000 Somalians. And by the way, that is a terrorist haven. If you look at the statistics, look at the FBI statistics, go on the site and you'll see where the most recruited terrorists is right there in Minnesota in her district. So most of those people they brought here are terrorists. They got terrorist intentions. That's exactly what's on their mind. I'm going to speak my piece. I'm going to tell you what's happening. I'm not going to keep quiet and let our country just fall down like that without speaking. I'm going to fight until the day I die, because I have children behind me, so it's worth fighting for this country.
And yeah, you heard it, man. You know that Minnesota, man. That's where like I said, it's a lot of these third world countries with these Muslims that come over here. They come to Minnesota, a lot of them. And you remember in the Mall of America when that little boy got thrown off the top floor in the Mall of America? That was a Muslim man who did that from one of those countries, from Syria, North Africa, or somewhere he came from. I believe it was North Africa where he came from. But the news reported the story, the kid happening. But once they found out who did it and who he was and his background, they let it swept it under the carpet. But I hope he got punished for what he did. But that's, this is what's going on right now, people. We got to wake up. They're trying to take over our country from the inside, a Trojan horse effect.
What are they doing?
And we're not going to let them do it. And that's why we're doing what we're doing here, stuff like this, getting the message out there. I got the last and not least, Derek Gibson, running for Congress, running for governor.
Running for governor, state of New York, and I will win. I need you to bag me. I need your support. If you live in New York City and New York State, I need volunteers. I want to put together masses army to register people, because the Democrats here is beating us out 3-1 registering people, and also they have illegals voting. So we need to get our people up, get them registered to vote. The ones in the 10th grade and up, that generation is very conservative. So I'm going to set up tables around the schools when schools open back up, and I'm going to have people to man those tables so we can get these people registered to vote, so we can take our state back. We're going to turn New York red. Now we'll be your next governor.
All right, you heard it here first. And you got my vote, you already know that. The CRA with the Conservative Republican Alliance of New York backing them up. We're going to turn New York red, baby. We're going to start from the people first, man. The people got to take the city back, and this is what we're here doing. So hope everybody enjoyed. It's not quite a walk and talk today, but today's message is, you see why we couldn't walk and talk. This is a big message we had today. I hope everybody enjoyed what we had to say. And I just want to say, thank you for all the support, everybody out there. And they ain't monetized me on YouTube, so I got PayPal set up, but they ain't looking out for me when it comes to monetization out here, because of this, what you hear today, this message you hear today from black conservative men speaking like this. From New York, they do not want it out, but I'm getting it out. So I just want to say thank you, everybody, for out there, for all the support and all the love and all the kind words you've been sending me. I appreciate it. It does not go on deaf ears. Please believe that. But like always, God bless everybody out there listening. God bless America.
God bless the USA.
God bless the USA. Adios.